Hello, everyone, and welcome to week 7. So, in week 7, we have the fourth part of the portfolio project due, and that is a memo which describes the information that would go in a trial notebook. So, a trial notebook is exactly how it sounds. It's a notebook that has all of the information that you might need when you're in trial. And more often than not, a paralegal would be tasked with putting this notebook together. Now, a trial notebook could be an actual notebook, like a 3-ring binder that has all of the information in it. Alternatively, it could be an electronic document that you bring to court on a laptop or an iPad. So that's just a preference for the paralegal and the legal team. People like things done differently. But what wouldn't change is the information that would go in the trial notebook. Now, given we are in the middle of a pandemic and given that we have holidays and so much going on, I was hoping I could try to make your lives a little bit easier by sharing with you the information that I think would belong in a trial notebook. However, this is still some work for you to do because in the memo, you want to not only include what should go in a trial notebook, but also the reasoning. And that's obviously the most important part. So I'm not going to go through the reasoning because that's what I would like you to do, but I did think I could give you an outline of the type of information. Now, this is not exhaustive. This is just the type of information that I thought of off the top of my head. Feel free to change it to, have a different order or to include more or different items. It's your project, so you should do it the way you want. This is just an idea of some of the information that I would include in a trial notebook. And now again, for the assignment is not to create the notebook, but it's to write a memo about it. So a few quick tips about the memo. The memo is to your supervising attorney, so she does know the facts of the case. However, as I told you guys in the past, it's important for these documents to always be able to stand alone. So even though the attorney might know the facts of the case, you should still rewrite them. This helps to make sure you guys are on the same page with the facts, and it also helps the document to be a standalone document. So if someone forgets a fact or isn't quite sure, they can just look at the beginning of the memo and understand exactly what happened. So make sure you include those facts. The tone of the memo should be professional. It's going to an attorney, and you're going to be writing in an organized, logical flow the types of information that should go in the trial notebook, and as I noted, more importantly, the reasoning. So I'm just going to quickly run through this list. Again, I'm not going to explain why these documents should go in there because I'm going to leave that to you. So you should include the pleadings, which would include a complaint and an answer. Any motions that were pre-trial, and some examples of that would be a motion to compel or a motion for summary judgment, a draft of an opening statement, names and contact information for all the witnesses, copies of any depositions, copies of discovery that was requested, any copies of discovery responses, any applicable evidence or exhibits. I would be specific here. Some examples would be police reports, photos, medical records. My suggestion here to include more would be to go back to that discussion we had earlier in the course when we were discussing the types of information you would ask during a pretrial interview or just during the investigative phase. You guys had come up with some great ideas during that discussion of items that you would think would be useful. So, things like that could go here. Any questions you would ask the witnesses or that the attorney would ask the witnesses during trial, a draft of closing arguments, any other evidence that we didn't already discuss, any legal authority that's very important to your case. Legal authority means statutes or cases, past precedent, any other trial notes that you want to have. Remember, when you are at trial, you're not going to have everything, but you are going to have this notebook. So anything that you want to remember or you want the attorney to remember, you can, note that here. Any possible post-trial motions that you think might come up. Again, that would just be assumptions. And then any other information that you think you would like to choose to include. If you have to make any assumptions as you draft this, that's fine. Just be consistent. And so this is an idea of what I'm looking for. Again, just try to organize it logically. And remember, you're not actually making the notebook. It's just a memo describing the information that should go in and why. So I really do hope this helps. Thanks.